In this fourth and final video, we're going to combine everything we've done to this point. So with step one, getting our website ready, step two, creating our MailChimp account, and step three, setting up all of those auto emails and the confirmation messages that go out to our audience. The fourth step ties it all together. We got to take what's been designed in MailChimp, get whatever code they give us, and again, you're just going to learn how to copy and paste here. It's like YouTube or anything else. And we're going to get that code and we're going to paste it onto our WordPress website so that it appears there and we can start using it and capturing real leads, real visitors on our website. Finally, we want to make sure we test this all and relive that experience as a user. Now let's switch back over to MailChimp where we had our list set up. And at the top here, you can see you can switch over to create forms. The form is the actual physical thing they will see on your website when they go to sign up. So this is a very important piece to consider when you're designing it. Now I'm trying to show the most simple example possible. So all I intend on using out of this whole scenario is the email address box here and the subscribe button. Everything else you see, I don't intend on showing that on my WordPress site anyways, because I'm going to use WordPress to actually create the call to action saying, click, enter your name below or enter your email below to get this book. So for now, we've pretty much done what we need to do from a design perspective. All you need to do is head over to the, now up here at the top you'll see link to subscribe form. There's two options. I'm not going to get into the reasons why, but this first option does not work well with WordPress. So go to the create embed code for small form. And what you can do at this point is start styling the way you want your opt-in box to look on your website. So right now, if I were to copy and paste what's being created from MailChimp into my WordPress website, this is what it would appear to look like on that sidebar of my website. And I can do some changes. So one thing I know I don't want, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, I don't want join our mailing list. So I'm going to not include the label. I don't really want this message here saying that the star indicates required. There's only one field. It's obvious that it's required. So I can get rid of that as well. I'm not quite, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what include interest groups means, but I'll leave it. Set form width. This is really cool because in WordPress we can we can determine ahead of time what the width of my sidebar is. We have a lesson that shows you how to determine the width of your sidebar and how to add images. So look that lesson up on sidebars if you don't know how to determine how wide this is. I know for a fact this is 250 pixels wide. So what I like to do is set my form to be either 245 or 240. I'll do it 240 just to make sure that we have plenty of room to fit it in. And then there's a really important step here that I want to point out very clearly. There is a section here to enhance your form, and there's a checkbox that says disable all JavaScript. And I don't want to get into the reasons behind this. It's a longer discussion, but this is something you absolutely must check. It has to be checked in order for this code to work properly with the WordPress theme that we've used to build your website. So please make sure that if you are using MailChimp that you do check disable all JavaScript, and what it's going to do is remove JavaScript calls from over here where you're grabbing this code. And then when you grab this code, which I'm about to show you, none of that JavaScript will be in there and your site will work just fine. If you forget that, then we might have some issues that we'll have to correct. So please make sure that you click disable. So if you click your mouse in here and then do a Control A, which selects all, so select all and then copy, we can now paste this into our WordPress sidebar and at least get a preview of how it's going to look. There's a good chance I'm going to come back here and tweak it after, but I'm just showing you the quick process here. So let's now that we've got that copied, let's go over to my website and log into the dashboard. And I'll just remind you that my goal here is to have this opt-in box top right corner, the very top of my sidebar. And I head over to the Appearance tab, or the Appearance menu, and select Widgets. Now the way you paste code into a widget is through a text box. So you just grab a text widget and paste that into the appropriate location of your sidebar, or wherever. You might be doing this on a page or a post. It doesn't matter. For me, it's a sidebar. I'm putting it in there. and I'm going to insert the HTML code that came from MailChimp. So paste that in and save it. And then we're going to go to the website and see what it looks like. That's what I love about WordPress. You can test things out nice and quick. So we go to the site and we can see the box has the email address and the subscribe button. What stands out to me right away is knowing my plan. So my plan is to insert my own photo from my media library above this box and my own text saying enter your email address below to get the book, to get this ebook or this e-course. And so I know for a fact that that picture and that text is going to occur on the outside of this black box, this border. So I want to get rid of this border altogether because I don't want it to look separate. I want the book and my message for them to opt in to flow together nicely with this box. So I know in MailChimp there's a way to do that. So if you go to Create Forms tab here, we can go back and actually change the settings of this list. There's a Design It window here. In Design, you can make it so that the border of this form you're working on is 0. Basically, it means that there is no border. And then it'll remove it from our design altogether. So we just need to save it here. And then we go back and get the new embed code. Now it looks like it didn't remember my previous two settings where I removed the mailing list and the indicates required. So I'm going to have to do that again, unfortunately, probably just the way their system works. So I'm going to remove the label, remove that, not all that big of a deal, and then once again making sure that disable all JavaScript is checked, because in some cases it will not be here. So make sure it's checked, and then you can go and grab the embed code here again. Copy it all like we did before, and we'll go back to justinpopovich.com dashboard and add it back in again, and then just see how it looks there. So first of all, I'm going to delete all the stuff I did have in there and paste in the new stuff. And when I save it, I should be able to go back over here and refresh the page, and the border should no longer be there. And it's not. And that's starting to look a little bit closer to where I wanted it. The last step here now is to add the photo and the call to action that I wanted. So since I'm already there, what I can do is just show you how I can add the text. So here is that HTML code that makes the box pop up on my sidebar. If I just move that down by hitting enter, let's move it down just one, I can put some text in here saying enter your email address below to get a copy of my free copy, let's say, free copy of my e-course, Online Marketing for Business Owners. I can play around with the wording later, but if I hit save there, then I refresh that, and I see the text there. The last thing is I just want to paste in a photo to go above that, because I have a photo of the ebook that I'd like to use. So let me just quickly show you where the actual graphic is that I'm using. It's a little graphic that we've created that represents my ebook, so it looks like a real book. And there it is. So what I normally do, I need to get some code that makes this box show up in my text sidebar. And I've showed this in a previous lesson, so you might have already learned it, but it doesn't hurt to learn it again. I use a temporary post to create some code that I can paste in my sidebar. So here's what I mean. I go into this temp post, and I've been using this for other things as well. So I'll just ignore that YouTube thing for now. I'm going to insert a picture of my e-cover. Oops, it's in my media library. So here it is. It's actually the latest one on the list. So I'll just insert that into the post. And so there it is. Now all I have to do is hit the HTML tab here, and this is the code. This is the HTML code that makes a book show up, or a picture show up anywhere on my website. So in this example, we're going to paste this in the text widget just above that little greeting message I said saying enter your email address below. So copy, and then we head back over to the widget section. It's just telling me that it didn't save it, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. And then we'll head over to the widgets. In the text, we see my message here, enter your email address below to get a free copy of my book. I'm going to give them a visual of what that book looks like just above it. So we move that down, paste in the code, hit save, and then we'll go back over to my website, do a refresh, and just see that, make sure that picture actually shows up. And there it is. So this is now in a state that I'm pretty happy with it. I give them the picture, giving them a call to action, enter your email address below to get this thing, and they're going to enter it. So now we can move on to the next session, which is actually testing that people can opt in and then making sure that they get the appropriate messages. The first message being confirm you want to be part of this list. The second message being thanks for subscribing, welcome to my blog or welcome to my website. I look forward to sending you more messages in the future or whatever. And now I can see the photo is here, or the graphics here with my e-cover, my call to action, place for them to grab the email or put their email address and subscribe. So final step, and I can do it right here, is let's live out the experience of a user. So I'm going to subscribe to my own list. I'll just use a email address for WP Biz Engine, since I used a different one for setting up the list. Hit subscribe, and it says almost finished. We need to confirm your email address. To complete the subscription process, please click the link in the email we just sent you. I actually really like this about MailChimp. Some other systems will send them away from this page. They keep you right here and gives the user the message right in their view, and they don't leave your website, which is an awesome thing. So I'm going to go over to my inbox now and confirm that. So I just quickly turned the camera off there to get my email, everything set up. But here's the email that came in saying, it came from Justin Popovich, and the subject is JP Demo. Please confirm subscription to justinpopovich.com. So I'm actually going to want to change this. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll probably get rid of this thing that says JP Demo and just have it say, please confirm your subscription at justinpopovich.com. They don't really need to know the name of the list that I have. And you can, again, play around with this, get used to it, see what things you like and you don't. That's why it's so important to do a couple of test runs. So let's confirm. And based on the fact that we're confirming, we should see a direct, it should send us directly to the download page that we had set up during that process. And there we go. So it's taken us to the thanks for subscribing page. Thank you for your interest in my e-course. Click below to download. And one last time, let's make sure that it does download. And I can already see it's starting to download the PDF. So everything's working great. The final step would be for me to go back to my inbox and see that welcome message that comes at the very end of this process. So once again, I'm going to flip off the camera, go back to my email, and show you the welcome message that comes in. And so here I am back in my email, and you can see your subscription to our list has been confirmed, blah, 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 the stuff I put in here, my email address, and so on. So in general, the process for signing up is working. We have people subscribing to our list, and now moving forward, you can begin to use MailChimp to start sending broadcasts. And that'll be part of another lesson where you create campaigns and you start sending out broadcasts on a regular basis, or even doing autoresponders, things that I actually recommend you go and start looking at on your own, but I will have future lessons on how to do all of that stuff.